Hey YouTube, this is Good99 Assistant, and it's been a while since I made any video, and so I have been busy a lot lately, considering the fact that I had schoolwork, so I'm sorry that I have not been doing any Crash Bandicoot videos or uploading them in any manner, doing any kind of videos in that manner, because I've been really busy, really busy lately. So I'm going to try to do some more videos best I can. So I'll see what I can do. So yeah, but today I'm gonna start off with telling guys a good story about my life as a Yu-Gi-Oh duelist. And you guys don't have to listen to it. You guys want to pitch in, y'all want to listen to it, go ahead. But anyway, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this story. I hope you guys will, leave a comment in this story after the video, and enjoy it. So we are going to start the story off. The story of my life as a duelist starts at high school. Pretty much, it's around when Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was around, and that's when we had to keep sacrificing monsters to summon more powerful one at best, that kind of thing. So pretty much this it starts back at high school. Back then, I had a deck. It was like Fury from the Deep deck. It was like an old war deck that I still have, and I'm calling that like an ancient deck because I had that since high school. It's very old. But anyway, anyway, back then I used to lose like out the wazoo. I used to lose a lot lately. Cause my friends back at high school had like powerful cards. It was just crazy. I lose a lot, like really. But yeah. Anyway, but that's when I decided to make a decent deck that would do a heck load of damage. Help me do some, dish out some damage, get some monsters out of play, something a deck that works right for me. And that's when the series Yugioh GS came along. Like when the first couple of episodes, first set of episodes came along. That's when I saw like the Elemental Heroes. I was thinking that when I first saw Elemental Heroes, I'm thinking like, okay, Elemental Heroes, alright. And when I saw the fusion monsters and all that stuff and how the effects actually work, I was just like, wow, these are some devastating effects. And I'm thinking that maybe I should make one. Maybe this will be the deck for me to actually use. And so I decided to go upon that route. So yeah, some people say that making an Elemental Hero deck would be stupid back in high school. They think it would be a dumb idea. Like this one guy I remember said that it was during lunchtime that making an Elemental Hero deck would be stupid. But I really didn't care. I just want to make a deck that will be right for me to use, like something that fits me, what I want to use in a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. So I decided to build an Elemental Hero deck. So I have my two friends help me, one of the friends will be on the description box. So yeah, me and my two friends help. We decided. Actually, my two friends helped me to build this Elemental Hero deck. And my first card that I ever gotten to start off with was the trap card called Featherwind. And then a few weeks later on, like weeks later on, the first, it was a classic base Elemental Hero deck. Basically, it has Flame Wingman, Rampart Blaster, Shining Flare, Thunder Giant, them kind of classics at first. And the deck that I had back then had Wing Karibo, with Wing Karibo level 10, Chest and Wings, them kind of things. It has some good stuff in the deck. I used it, you know. I still lost a couple duels, but back when during recess, when I was dueling against my friend, the first win I actually ever won will be pulling off the trick of using Wing Karibo plus Transcendent Wings and activating his effect. That's when I first actually won my first duel in my life, for real. Using Wing Karibo level 10 to wipe out his life points by destroying all his monsters and use his effect. It was just amazing. It was such an amazing feeling. A few weeks later on, after recess, came back in my jacket and found out that my first Elemental deck was actually gone. And I was thinking, and actually finding out it was gone, it actually really hurt. It really hurt because I had so much fun with that deck, and it really got me upset. After that, I kept thinking to myself, you know what? Then I can rebuild this new deck. It may be hard, it may be tough, and I still have my Wing Karibo level 10 and Wing Karibo Trust Transcendent Wings, which is that dang good, which is really good for me. If I lose that card, man, I wouldn't know what to do. But anyway, I keep thinking to myself, you know what? When I build this new E-Hero deck, which I did, I promised myself that I would never lose it again. Cause losing that first deck really actually hurt. It really hurt a lot. It took me a long time to build, a good couple weeks for that to build. And it took a lot of time. So yeah, so that's when more Elemental Hero cards came out. A few weeks later on, more Elemental Hero cards came out. The Neospatians, Elemental Hero Neos came out. Then the Neos Fusions came out. More then came along. The Crystal Beasts, all that came on. A few weeks later, let's just say that, right? And then I started building the new deck. And then back then, you know, it was still kind of hard to get used to because it was a new Elemental Hero deck. And then, you know, and the years later went on, when like the second to last, well, not second to last though, but when second to last last episode GX was when Jaden actually pulled off Rainbow Neos on Yugioh. When I first saw that card, man, that made me want to cry, because I'd never seen a card that powerful that can do so much more. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I have to have this card. I have to have this card. I was so focused on getting that card, man. Oh my gosh. And I was so focused on getting other heroes as well. And so, years later, now, the second Elemental Hero deck, version 2, is literally complete. I would say literally complete. But, hold on. Now you can see how the deck is now. I mean, I know you guys see my deck profile, the Elemental Hero decks recently though. But here are the new heroes now, from the reincarnated version of the first Elemental Heroes. Close enough though. You see, and the Rainbow Neoses, the Ghost Rare and the non-Ghost Rare, for the Holo, the Omnis. I'm just going to show you two right here. The Omnis, Neos Knight, the Flaming Man, the Classic, and so on. And so, you know, after years, and this deck has evolved for real, and look how it is now. This deck, the whole deck, took me years, from high school to now, to college. It took me that long, and it still keeps going. New heroes are coming out now, with Vision Heroes and Mask Heroes. New of them coming out. It's just plain ridiculous. There's like endless possibilities to this deck. And then look at this. Parallel World Fusion. The other comers here, the Elementals, Lady Heat, and Stratos. Man, not to mention that I had these in there. Rainbow Dark and Rainbow Dragon. My favorite card, Neos. This was my favorite card of all time. Really the favorite card of all time. And it's my favorite card. My friend gave me a nickname, Neos, after this card. Because I'm such a hero fan. I'm such a hero person. A lot of people would hate Elemental Heroes. This is what this deck is now. A lot of people would hate it. A lot of people will love it. A lot of people will hate it. But you know what? I don't blame them. Heroes are coming out with more support, with more cards, more power to this thing. I mean, come on. This deck is with 41 cards, and all is packed full of such a powerful devastation of fusions and such power into this thing. Excuse me. There's so much you can do, and come on, I finally got this card, Super Poly. This was another card I was after since high school. I really want to get the card, and I got the card. Thanks to my friends that's been helping me out throughout the years. It's just, this deck is really not, this deck is, I'm just so glad this Elemental Hero deck was my calling. I'm so glad that I made this Elemental Hero deck, man. It's like, it's not even funny wise. It's just, throughout these years that I made this deck, man, it took such years and patience to actually make this deck. And I'm so glad that this deck was my calling. And I practiced with it. I come up with so many strategies with this deck. And all this ideas came from the Yugioh GX show itself. And I'm so happy. I really am. It took me a long time to actually make this deck, and I really am happy that I did build it. So overall, that's my story, and I thank you, guys for listening, and I thank my friends for helping me make this deck possible. And also, you know, and with the more heroes that's coming out, I will be trying to grab those too. One more thing to show you guys real quick, and I still have Winkaribos in my other boxes, deck boxes too, but show you guys so far, like, these are the hero cards that I've been collecting so far from high school to now. See this from high school to now. Neospatians, Alias, Wattweiler, oops, then the Neospatians, the Chrysalis, the Fusions, see, Yugioh. I'm gonna try to use it too. The Neos Wiseman, the classic Hero magic spell cards, Hero Flash. Let's see, Featherwind, Bubble Shuffle. You know, all these cards I got. The traps. And then these are Destiny Heroes, which I will try to make as well. But I have like more hero stuff. I got Grand Mole, all that stuff, man. But those are the cards I've been collecting throughout the years. Those are the cards that I've been making for this deck possible throughout the years, man. And I'm so glad I have this Elemental Hero deck as my calling. And I will never stop playing with this deck. Like, I will never stop using this deck at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed my story. My common question that I will leave for you guys to actually think about, and you guys can send a video response or whatever, is to, what deck do you have a connection with, and how do you use it, and how it came to be? So what's your story in your Yu-Gi-Oh deck? So if you guys enjoy this, it's Assistant signing out, and see you later.